So I thought I would show you guys where I hiked to today. Don't know if I'm actually done with my hike, but this is such a beautiful little lake that I was like, you know what? Maybe I will actually record some of this. This is one of my favorite lakes to hike to when I want a longer hike that actually has a destination. It's about 3 miles away from my house, and it's just a very nice walk. It's very peaceful. You don't usually see people. I saw no one but some deer, and I did startle some sandhill cranes. They flew away and made all sorts of noises. I'm pretty sure they were just cursing me as they flew away. This lake is cool. I came here for, well, I probably came here for the very first time when I was very little. But I remember coming out here with my parents one trip that I took up here when I was still living down south. And my parents were at the place that I'm at now. And we came out here, and back in those days, I don't know if it's still the case, but back in those days, the Department of Natural Resources actually stocked this lake with trout. And it was a catch and release lake as far as I know. I mean, you couldn't keep them, which is fine. I'm not really much of one for keeping fish because I don't like to eat them. But we came out here and we fished for a couple hours. I caught brown trout, speckled trout, and rainbow trout. And it was a nice time. I mean, that trip we definitely drove a vehicle out. There are a bunch of different paths that you can get to. I prefer taking one where I walk it. I think you could maybe bike it if you had one of those bikes with the big sand tires. Or, you know, a lot of people drive their ATVs, which, I mean, that's fine. It's not my preferred mode of locomotion, but I guess it gets you a lot farther. I like to walk. In fact, it was kind of funny. I was walking down the path, and I'm fairly sure that I was following a wolf. I mean, not that I saw it, but looking at the tracks, unless somebody lost their Malamute, the footprints that I found were bigger than my hand. And I mean, I'm only 5 foot tall, so maybe my hands aren't huge, but they were pretty big puppy footprints. Also, I have no idea what kind of flowers these are, but hopefully they're in focus enough, and maybe somebody has more botany than me and can tell me what they are other than really pretty. They kind of remind me of little teeny tiny orchids. And they're kind of all over around here. Just little ones. I really do love just being out here. You know, there might not be nightlife around here. I mean, I guess there probably is if you're into that sort of thing. I'm not. Oh, there's a chipmunk. But it's the nightlife out here that is here. That's kind of what I prefer. Mostly just animals. Speaking of animals, last night, and I don't know if I will be able to get it on video. Hopefully I will. But last night I found out that raccoons will chase a laser pointer light. I was having far too much fun with the little baby raccoons, getting them to chase the light around and laughing like a bit of a lunatic. I think the other thing that people like about this lake You're not allowed, as far as I know, to have a motorized boat, but it does have a boat launch so that you could launch your canoe out there. It also has one dispersed campsite, which means no toilet, no electric, nothing like that. But if you were just up and wanted a place to like pitch a tent, they have it. It's just a pretty lake. I don't actually think I'm completely done with my walk yet. But I was like, I'm going to take a break out here at this lake, sit down, drink a little bit of water, do all those other fun things. Butterfly. You know, the weird thing, side tangent, most years I see a ton of monarch butterflies and monarch caterpillars when I'm out walking. And this year I have not seen, I think I've seen 2 monarchs the entire year. And it's not for a lack of food, so I'm kind of wondering if some of the weird weather didn't disrupt their migration pattern last year. I hope not. Monarchs are beautiful. Not as pretty as the blue ones. I don't know what those are. I just appreciate nature. I don't actually really know how to ID most of it. But yeah. If I find any other really cool lakes, maybe I'll record that. I guess I probably need my backpack and my overshirt. I mean, leaving them here would be a silly thing to do because I would be sad. But I thought you guys might appreciate my little rest stop. It's a pretty rest stop. I was hoping to maybe run across some of the swans out here. I've seen them out here before, and I miss them when our lake is in its busy period. Oh, there was a ripple in the water. I wonder what that was. Oddly enough, I don't actually see any minnows here, which makes me think that maybe they're not stocking this lake with the trout and stuff anymore, which is fine. I don't often fish. According to my neighbor, out that way, there is a little river, and if you have a canoe or a kayak, you can canoe or kayak down the little river and come to 2 more lakes that connect to this one. One of these days, maybe I'll actually do that. No guarantees, though. Anyway, I'm just out here hiking along, having a grand time, and yeah. Oh, that's better. Get me with the lake in the background and the sun in my eyes, so I'm squinting at you. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Ooh, I'm gonna flip the camera once more because there's a bunch of those orange flowers. Seriously, if anybody knows what they are and I don't look it up when I get home, let me know. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't actually have a clue where I am right now. Not lost, easy enough to backtrack. My neighbor told me that she thought there was a lake down this way. And it's just one of those roads that I had started down before, but never come all the way down. And it's gorgeous. It almost looks like a park. Like there's no understory really other than gorgeous grass and moss and a few ferns under the trees over there. And now I'm really glad I turned this way. Not sure how far I've gone at this point. At some point I will probably turn my feet towards home, which is kind of what I was doing when I saw this road and remembered that she said she thought it led... Oh, it does lead to a lake. I think I see a lake. Don't ask me what lake. A lake I might have never been to. But such a worthwhile walk. I just had to flip on the camera because it looks like... It kind of looks like maybe what I imagine the woods around the elven cities in the Obsidian trilogy looked like. Almost park-like and beautiful. And oh, there's a sign. Huh, and yep, I do see a lake up there. I kind of wish I actually knew relative to where I live, where I was. I think, oh, there's a campsite. This might actually just be around the side of the lake that I go to often, but I don't know. There are people at that campsite, so I'm not going to go in that direction and try and verify it, but yeah. This road goes here. Actually, that doesn't look like the lake. Huh. Well, I might have discovered yet another new to me lake. Wonder if we can get down there. Or it could just be the lake that has all the campgrounds around it near me. I don't know. But that's definitely a lake. Pretty. Anyway, I guess I'm going to attempt to find my way home. I'm deciding maybe I'll just backtrack, because I don't really know what lake this is. I could go ask the people at the campsite, but that just seems too people-y. So I guess I'm just going to backtrack and head home the way I actually know leads home. Thank you, by the way, for coming on this adventure with me down yet another unknown road. And yeah, I will see you later.